Graveler. If you liked Geodude and wanted to use a rock Pokemon in Gen 1 or Gen 2 and maybe even Gen 3, you were forced to use this thing because no one had a link cable or 2 Game Boys. It was really difficult. And so you were stuck with using the far inferior Graveler to the, it's okay, Golem. So looking at Graveler, its stats. It's got a lot of attack, and it's got a ton of defense, and it's very slow, and is awful special, and not even great HP. So that's not good. Looking at its moves. The level up moves leave a lot to be desired. I mean, Earthquake via level up is nice, but not getting Rock Slide via level up and Rock Throw having only 65 accuracy is awful. And then in terms of the move it gets via TM, like, it's what you'd expect. Rock Slide, Earthquake, Submission, which really sucks. I don't think we're going to use it. Does get Body Slam, so that's kind of nice. I have a feeling of the middle evolutions we have seen so far, this is going to be the slowest, but I have been very, very wrong before. So let's go ahead and see how Graveler is going to do. But first, a big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Crystal of Atlan. So I've gotten to play quite a bit of Crystal of Atlan, and it's really fun. In the tutorial, you get to try out all the different classes, and I thought the Magister was interesting because who doesn't love magic? And I had a really fun time learning the combos of both the Elementalist and the Warlock. It was really a lot of fun, and that's a big thing about Crystal of Atlan. The aerial game and the combos, once you get used to it a bit, it's really satisfying just to take down hordes of enemies, even really powerful enemies, fairly quickly if you know what you're doing. But wait, it gets a heck of a lot better. One of the mechanics in Crystal of Atlan is you have pets, which kind of serve as a bit of an assist during battle. Well, coming right now to Crystal of Atlan, Digimon Adventure, yes, Digimon, is doing a collab with Crystal of Atlan. Real talk, I had no idea this was a Digimon collab. Digimon is one of my favorite franchises of all time, and you can use Gatomon or Agumon as pets. They can also Digivolve. It's the coolest thing. And wait, it gets even better. One of my favorite villains from the first season, Machinedramon. You can battle frickin' Machinedramon. This is just, I cannot express to you how cool it is to see these Digimon in this style of game. Oh my god, it is so cool. If you want to play Crystal of Atlan, it is available on Google Play, the App Store, PlayStation, and PC. The Digimon collab is a limited time only, from now until September 17th, so you're gonna want to click my link in the description and start off on your awesome Magic Punk adventure now with Digimon. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna head down to the forest, but not to collect some I just can't. You may notice that the poison stings don't actually hurt Graveler. If you remember my Weedle video, that got 1 million views. That's crazy. But because of Gen 1's awesomeness, Poison Sting can't actually hurt Graveler right now, just because of how the damage calcs work, which is pretty cool. And we're battling these guys because, well, I just don't think we're going to beat Brock. I mean, our attack is very good, but you gain a lot more attack, not just by leveling up, but that's how damage calculations work. Your level plays a huge role. And frankly, I just think it would be faster to go and battle these guys now rather than try Brock at a super early level and just have to come back. That said, we're only at level 10 when we get to Brock. We get a critical hit, which is super unlikely because critical hits in this generation only are based on your base speed, and ours is very bad. But we actually are getting quite a few of them. Wow, we're gonna knock this thing out. The biggest issue I foresee is running out of power points, and that is precisely what happens against Onix, and that's the biggest reason we needed the levels. I need to do enough damage, and remember how many crits we got, so that I either do enough damage or we have to use Rock Throw, which sucks, but it's better than Tackle. I also had the idea, and you can see I leveled up a fair bit, before Rock Throw, because it does take a while, what if we also use Struggle? Now, Struggle has the recoil damage problem, but gives me extra time to attack. The main problem is actually Bide. Bide is very annoying when Onix outspeeds you, because you can't avoid getting at least one hit, and if it's a crit, it does a lot of damage to you. We actually came really close to knocking out Onix with the Struggle strategy the first time. Sadly, while I did try it a few times, it just never worked. Came close. But yeah, I had to end up using the Rock Throw strategy. Rock Throw seems like it'd be a terrible move. It's also resisted, but it is much stronger than Tackle and same type, and it's extra power points. So with all those factors combined, it actually took a few attempts, but we did end up getting a win. Pretty sure it was our third try. Anyway, at this point in the game, we always have the do I battle Misty or Rival 2? With a Graveler, it's not really a choice. You're not going to beat Misty, so we're going to go battle Rival 2. Rival 2 shouldn't be too bad. We should one-shot Pidgeotto, and of course we miss because that's going to happen a lot, and we do one-shot. You'll notice I got Mega Punch. It's a very useful move for Graveler. Thankfully, Mount Moon has that, and we do get hit with Vine Whip, but we actually tank it, which is insane. Now, one thing you might ask is why did I give the Rival Bulbasaur rather than Squirtle? Squirtle would be harder, but I think later in the game, Venusaur plus Gyarados is a lot more threatening. That's 2 Pokemon with a move that can one-shot me, versus with Blastoise, Exeggutor is useless. So that was the logic, although in this specific battle, it being just a Bulbasaur with Vine Whip, although would it use Water Gun or Bubble? It doesn't really matter, we're gonna move on. You might be wondering about the lass with the 2 Oddishes. She is annoying because you need Rock Throw to knock it out, and Rock Throw, of course, can miss, which is really irritating. In theory, Mega Punch would have worked, but I wasted all my power points. By wasted, I mean used them in other battles. But yeah, they needed them to hit, and they just wouldn't. And there's an Ether that I could have used. Oh well. Anyway, let's move on to Rival 3. We're not going to battle Misty now. We can skip her once again, but just for a little bit longer, but I think we're going to need the extra levels and time. Normally, we'd only battle 4 or 5 trainers before Rival 3, but if you can do some math, you'll notice I battled far more than that. Ugh, God, I hate Rock Throw. But the reason for that is kind of obvious. Well, 1, it makes this fight quite easier, but 2, we're going to need those levels for Misty. So I battled a ton of trainers on Route 11, and of course some trainers in the SSN. We do get access to base 100 power Dig, one of the most unbalanced broken moves in Pokemon history, considering you get it theoretically after 1 gym badge, and it would be super nice if we could, as Graveler, go and battle Lieutenant Surge. He would be easy. Unfortunately, Misty will be next, and I looked at my speed. I could see that, I battled that guy. I could see that I still don't have enough speed to outspeed Starmie, and we're not going to be able to tank a Bubble Beam. So this is going to waste quite a bit of time. The upshot is that some trainers that otherwise could be challenging later might be a little easier. But yeah, this is just something you cannot really get away from when you're double weak to the second gym leader and you're a really slow Pokemon. I mean, that Water Gun, look how much it did. And that was a level 18 Staryu. So 2 hours and 20 minutes, I think Mewtwo is battling Giovanni, but Graveler's battling Misty, and sadly, we still don't have enough speed. Staryu outspeeds us. We have 56 HP, and now, all right, wait. Okay, I think the crit mattered, maybe not. I don't care. That was brilliant. I can't believe it. So some fun facts about the battle there. The odds of me surviving both those attacks were slim, especially because Starmie could have gone for Bubble Beam. However, the crit didn't matter. I did damage calcs, it didn't matter. I was also 1 speed lower than Staryu. And oh yeah, I have 1 DV in speed. DVs are a number that can make your stats better or worse, from 0 being bad to 15 being good. I obviously just reset for a Pokemon that looks decent. Yeah, this Graveler was a slow Graveler. So that may come back to bite me later. I do not check these numbers, by the way, at the time. This is future Gyros, telling you this information because I just couldn't believe what had happened here. But turns out there was less luck than I thought, but still a decent amount. Still, I don't reset anymore. Trust me, there's going to be plenty of difficult battles later that I won't be able to reset through. Epic foreshadowing, potentially. I actually don't remember. Because I'm so over-leveled, Rock Tunnel was really easy. I outsped everything. Normally, as soon as I'd go to Celadon, I would get the fresh water and battle Surge. However, I had gotten distracted, so I forgot I had to do that and just battle Giovanni 1. Still have to do that anyway, but yeah. Unlike Erica, it's easy to remember because fly is so important, and without Surge's badge, I can't fly. So if you ever ask the question, where did you learn to fly? The answer is a house to the left of Celadon. There is definitely one or two people who will get that reference, and we grew up on the same internet shows. Thankfully, I did remember to go and battle Surge. Unfortunately for me, I forgot to heal, so I don't have any earthquakes. I actually meant to go for Body Slam here. That wasted a turn. Boo. And then I kept clicking A, so we wasted like, I don't know, 15 seconds. This run is now not official. J-Rose ruins everything. I'm mad. This is totally, what are we doing, J-Rose? Boo. All right, fine. Fine, I'll do it again, and I won't make the mistakes. God. All right, fine. Nah, I'm just going to go for Dig. I don't know why I'm not going for Body Slam. Let's see if I... Nope. Same thing again. Wait, why did I... Okay, there I go for Earthquake. I don't know. You see, when you do runs on Twitch, sometimes you're talking to chat, and chat is, I think at this point, based on what I see, is getting under my skin. So, okay, there we go. See, I want to be in here to get Pokeballs? Why do I want... Oh, I remember what I'm doing. Okay, see, sometimes it's better to record these right after. Oh, 303, Mewtwo's already done. I want a Pokemon with Dig because I'm nervous about not having it. There we go. Okay, I'll explain. Sorry, we were all confused there, but let me explain that to you. Eventually, I'm going to delete Graveler's Dig, and there's quite a few places where it's significantly faster to use Dig rather than buying escape ropes and whatnot because you have limited item space. So for that reason, I catch a Diglett. That will be my Dig Pokemon going forward, and then I can remove Dig off Graveler as soon as we need. Anyway, I forgot to go and teach Rock Slide, which I got from the Celadon Mart, and there we go, I delete Dig. So at 306, we battle rival number 4, and here Rock Slide with its 90 accuracy is a breath of fresh air. We're outspeeding Gyarados for now. That's not going to continue. Earthquake, and then Body Slam. Kadabra outsped me, and then Earthquake. Easy peasy so far, but that's not going to continue. I'm also going to skip Erica this time, not unintentionally. Double negative there. Did I forget Repels? Yeah, oh no, I think I wasted them. Well, that sucks. Should I? Yeah, I'm going to go buy Repels. See, this is kind of the challenge of doing solo runs. Sometimes things go a little differently. I never buy Super Repel, so in case you ever wondered what my Repel route was, you buy 10 Repels in Vermilion, and most times, that should last you all the way to Cinnabar. And then you just need to buy 3, but I buy 5 to be safe, max Repels. That will take you through the Pokemon Mansion, as well as Victory Road. And even if you have 3 or 4, you can get a return trip. So I go for 5 if I need to go back and battle trainers. So typically everything is good, but because this run was weird and I messed up a little bit, I had to go and buy Super Repels. So everything is wacky. But I guess it's kind of fitting. Middle form evolution, middle form repel. Typically people don't make videos on these Pokemon. Typically I don't use these Super Repels. It is a match made in J-Rose heaven, I guess. Moving right along, Koga is going to be pretty easy, albeit if this was Gen 3, Koga would be probably still easy, but more annoying. Thankfully, none of these Pokemon can levitate, so I can just use Earthquake and one-shot each and every one of them. That was pretty easy, but now, the only major battles we have left is Rival Fievel, who's going to be pretty tough, and Erica, who I guess we could battle, but it's not the best option. Theoretically, if we got another water Pokemon, we could also go to Cinnabar. That actually would be easy, but we'd have to waste time getting a water Pokemon. So we'll see what we do. The fastest thing would be to beat Rival Fievel here and now. I'm going to use Harden rather than Defense Curl because foreshadowing for which game can I beat a Metapod in. Oh my god, can you imagine? I should do that though. That would get like 2 million views. Oh god, is there even a game you could... Oh wow, I just lost. Okay. So, yeah, that's the issue. The reason I'm using Harden, by the way, and I'm sure many of you know this. Oh, God. Please don't use Sand Attack. The badge boost glitch, I am getting an unintended 12.5% boost in my speed. I mean, for those of you who hate glitches, I'm just upping my defense. It's very important. But with 2, we outspeed Gyarados, but then we level up. So I'm going to use more Hardens because the badge boost glitch disappears. I mean, how many of you have been watching for like years? You know this, but it disappears after you level up. With the 4 badge boosts, we actually outspeed everything, and we one-shot Venusaur. Easy peasy. That will not always be a given, but it is the real saving grace of Graveler. The fact that I'm just going to go and heal here before I have to go battle Giovanni. Also, a little bit of extra experience isn't going to hurt me because there are a few trainers, especially in the Elite Four, that are going to be kind of tough. Especially the champion, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm just going to go take a quick heal. I don't know if you guys... I'm sure you guys know that you can do that. Oh, I didn't actually mean to battle this guy, but more experience points. In a fully evolved run, I'd probably avoid this. But with first form or middle form Pokemon, you're always going to need a little bit more experience than you think. And so... Oh god, 355. Yikes. This isn't good. But we can't stop there. Graveler has a really easy time versus Silph Company. So I battled, I wouldn't say every trainer, but most of the really good ones that give a ton of experience points and were quick. So by the time we battle Giovanni, we have a ton of levels. Again, having done this run with Geodude, I'm painfully aware of the fact that Graveler is going to run up against a wall. More like between a rock and a hard place. That doesn't even make sense. Boo. But yeah, no, we are going to encounter issues eventually when it comes to the fact that there are just going to be water moves that one-shot me and we need to outspeed. So leveling up in the right places is very important. Sabrina's gym did not seem like the right place for me, but... Oh, actually, Kadabra outspeed. This could be bad. I'm going to go Harden here. Okay. How many times? I guess we'll do everything. Oh, wow. Actually, okay, fine. I'll do max Hardens. Oh, wow. Good Mr. Mime defense with Barrier. I'll go Rock Slide on Venomoth. And yay, no level up. All right, easy peasy. So Harden, oh, nice. We had the perfect amount of experience points. Okay, so right now we have Erica, we have Blaine, and Giovanni. None of them should be difficult, so let's get through them really quickly. I battled Erica first, and we're just going to need an Earthquake. We even have PP up, so it has 12 power points. So that's pretty good. And yep, outspeed, no Hardens needed. Perfect time to battle Erica. I battled all the trainers in Blaine's gym. I know you guys are going to think that I'm really over-leveling. I promise you, I'm probably not. I conditionally... Oh no, Fire Spin. So this is actually a really big issue. If we get outsped... Oh, we're fine. Okay. Oh no, we're burned! We're not fine. I mean, we are, but time loss. Boo. Anyway, that was fine. Okay. So, hey, look at that. See, the Diglett strat's coming in handy. Got out of the gym quicker. But yeah, we're at 5 hours heading to Giovanni. There are Pokemon and trainers we could beat here too. Again, when it comes to Graveler, Golem, well, Golem maybe because it's so strong. When it comes to Graveler and Geodude, yeah, see, with just 77 special, you really need to outspeed everything. To that end, I'm going to rare candy here and then reset because I want to see how much speed I have at, well, assuming no stat experience. And you can see only 82. That's really important because if I know how much speed I have, I know what I can and can't outspeed, which helps me figure out badge boost glitch and whether certain battles are even possible. And you'll notice as I battle Giovanni that while I battled some trainers and thus my level is higher, I did not, by the way, I'm doing this for Doug Trio, which is quite fast, and I'm probably overdoing it. We will definitely outspeed. Okay, so yeah, just need to outspeed the Doug Trio. We one-shot everything, but now is where the difficult part begins. We have a Gyarados that knows Hydro Pump and a Razor Leaf Venusaur. Essentially, we need to outspeed, and thankfully, Pidgeot is actually a pretty good Pokemon to set up against. That said, we need to make sure we don't level up in the middle of the battle, and rare candies can really help with that, especially at super high levels, you don't level up that quickly. So I'm going to do a scouting battle. Oh god, I hate when I get an encounter here. But I'm going to do a scouting battle and see how it goes and what I can get away with. But this may be just to set up a more successful later battle. Okay, So agility is all it's going to use because every other move it has is something that I resist. And Gen 1 is awesome. So I'm going to first try with all 6 Hardens. If I do that, easy one-shot the first 2 Pokemon, and we outspeed and one-shot Gyarados. And, okay, Growlithe I'm not worried about. We don't level up yet, but... Oh, nice! Nice! This was perfect! A critical hit would ignore those badge boosts because, yay, but we didn't get it, and that was a very easy Rival 6 battle. So, okay. Things are looking good, but then you're seeing the amount of time left in the video, and you're like, oh, so things aren't going to be good. Because, of course not. Many of you already know why, but in case you don't yet, well, I'm about to show you. Okay, so Laura Lee. She is the Ice-type trainer, except she's really the Water-type trainer. We can one-shot her first 2 Pokemon, no problem. Slowbro, that Super Potion was really helpful. Looks great, like easy. Jinx outspeed, and I have 1 HP. And if I don't one-shot Lapras, oh, okay, well, that actually went well. That went really well. Okay. Maybe this is going to go better than I thought. Bruno, I'm just going to use Earthquake 5 times, and we should be fine. And sure enough, 1... I'm not going to count. It was 5. It was easy. Bruno's a joke. Now, Agatha could be really annoying because we're not going to be able to outspeed most of her Pokemon. We will be able to one-shot all of them. So it's really a question of, do we get hit with Hypnosis? We get Miss. Nice. We got Hypnosis, but it missed. Nice. All right. Rock Slide. Oh, Supersonic. So Golbat actually outspeeds. I wasn't sure. Haunter. Another Hypnosis miss. So we've gotten it every turn we could have. And now this one actually doesn't have it, but it does have Confuse Ray. All right. Well, that was really lucky. Like super duper lucky. And this is where I think our run is going to end. Right here, because we cannot set up badge boosts. We need to outspeed this Gyarados outright, or Hydro Pump needs to miss. Moment of truth. It doesn't miss. Gyarados is a real run ender for a lot of fire, ground, and rock Pokemon that aren't fast. It just hits you with Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump has an 80% chance to hit, and there is nothing you can do to set up. There's no badge boost, there's nothing. I know everything before looked fine. I know it looks like I over-leveled, but all of that was to get past Gyarados, and I didn't. And do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? I lost a speed tie. Gyarados has 108 speed, and the non-glitchy badge boost, which you're supposed to get added to your speed, 12.5% rounded, is 108. Literally 1 level more, I would have won. Unfortunately, even though I don't save after using rare candies, it takes a while to gain that extra level. But, as I told you, no speed tie equals easy, assuming I didn't get the 10% miss, one shot. Obviously, I'm not going to outspeed Aerodactyl. It is quite a bit faster. But yeah, now I'm at level 77. Level 77. Against the champion, I can set up badge boosts, and because we just leveled up, which I didn't know would happen, I think this battle could be quite a bit easier than I might have expected. Mirror Move fails, Wing Attack, crit, fine. Third Harden, we're already outspeeding. Sky Attack, no crit. And one more Harden. All right, let's go. That's it. We miss, Wing Attack, 195 health. We knock out Pidgeot. Alakazam, easy outspeed, Earthquake. We got it. Crit didn't matter. We use Earthquake on Rhydon. One shot. We don't miss. Nice. Don't forget our specials also being boosted. We don't have to worry about Arcanine. We had this. We had this. See, a lot of the runs, I haven't really done the Pokemon and I don't know what to expect. Unfortunately for people who love a tense and poorly thought out run, aka a J-Rose special, I just knew too much going in. I've done too many of these runs, and I knew it would be all about getting past the Gyarados. And so I leveled up as much as I could in as efficient a manner as possible, getting every rare candy I possibly could, other than the one, the power plant. It's really far away and hard to get to. You can't just fly there like you can in Gen 3. Anyway, I'm getting off track. The point was, everything we were doing, all those extra battles that seemed a waste, were all almost enough to get me past the Gyarados quickly. Unfortunately, quickly is a relative term. We are still at level 77, an incredibly high level, and we're at 618, an incredibly slow time. To put this in perspective, Kabuto was able to do this both faster and at a lower level. Unfortunately, Gen 1 just isn't very Gen fun for Graveler or Geodude. Perhaps Golem with its slightly less awful base 45 speed will be a little bit better, but I mean, it'll definitely be better. How much? Questionable. But that's a problem for future Gyros. Current Gyros is going to go make some more videos, and he will see you all. I will see you all in the next one. Take care.